What's going on, people? It's GBP baby. Welcome to another video. It's currently 4 a.m. on Tuesday the 20th of June. This is a very late upload, but I'm a night owl I am a night owl in all fairness. So as you can see, we're looking at dollar. We're going to start with dollar, then go to euro, because as you know, we're euro baby this week, and then we might have a quick glance at GBP. So I'll drop down to the 1 hour and I'll quickly get my daily dividers up. So you see that we have Monday's trading here, and you can see how we traded into the daily fair value gap that we marked out on Sunday during my weekly review. So we can see we aggressively traded into that, and then we found support with inside of the fair value gap. Ever since, we've been trailing up, kind of consolidating our way up, very high resistance, back and forth, kind of whipsaw action. It's likely that it's going to fill in this daily fair value gap, so today I'd expect price to want to reach up and actually close the daily fair value gap. If you remember me saying on my weekly review, you'll remember me saying that I didn't want price to close above daily in the upper 50% level of the daily fair value gap. However, for it to climb up there is not a problem, which is why I'm anticipating us to continue to trade up and close the fair value gap completely, and then I'd like to see price turn away from it. You can see there's obviously more fair value resting up here, and you can see how we've also just now, well, quite recently, pushed through the 50% level of the daily fair value gap. I believe that is this line marked here. So we traded through it, came back down. I'm expecting to get for price to want to collect more stops and then work its way up for the rest of the day and start to fill in the gap completely. If we drop to the, if we go to the daily, we can have a better look at what I mean. So you can see our price traded into the fair value gap on Monday. We closed within the fair value gap on Monday. We waited to the 50% level, so that's why I think it's likely that we're going to remain within this gap today and try and trade up and close the gap completely. So I'm going to go to euro now. And you can see how euro traded down into a lower fair value gap as anticipated. However, we didn't actually close inside it just yet. But you can see that we reached into it, moved away, and we've also traded down below the weekly inverted fair value gap, which I have marked out. This was all done on the Sunday weekly review, guys, so go check that out. But the fact that we closed below that 50% level says to me now, okay, it's likely that we're going to want to, that price is going to want to trade deeper. So just as I expect higher prices on DXY in order for us to help fill this daily fair value gap, I'm looking to see euro do the same and, well, do the inverted and start to move lower into this fair value gap. So we'll drop down to the 1 hour and we'll see our price traded. I know it was a very consolidated day, classic for a Monday. And let me just move my daily dividers over. So you can see how consolidated we were today, and we consolidated between the split between the weekly fair value gap and the daily fair value gap. The red box delineates the weekly fair value gap. That's from this to this low, this high to this low. And then the daily fair value gap is this orange one, which is all of this area. This 50% level here, this red line, delineates the 50% level of the weekly fair value gap, and this delineates the 50% level of the daily fair value gap. So yeah, we're pretty much consolidated all day, back and forth, not very nice price action, and you'll notice that we were very consolidated at the 50% level of the range. Again, this is showing how price is, you know, equally distributed. Price is getting fairly distributed within this area, back, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So I'm expecting some kind of expansion today for price to draw away from that. When I say today, I mean Tuesday. Obviously, I want to see price go lower. You can see some relative equal lows. We've got a low here, we've got a low here, we've got a low here. Recently, we just took out this liquidity, so it's like we are going to take, it might make a run for these stops, but I'm not entirely sure. But overall, overall, I do want to see price trade deeper, deeper into this massive void that we have on the 4 hour, and that fits in line with my expectations for DXY to be moving higher. So yeah, that's pretty much everything really in terms of my expectations. Like, again, it's Monday. This is why I don't trade Mondays. Like, this price action isn't very good to be trading in. The conditions aren't great. I am expecting some kind of sweep on liquidity, so these highs I would like to see get taken before we move lower. Where to exactly, that's another story. To be honest, I'll probably take a deeper look into that and get back to you on that. However, overall, I do want us to move lower. It's been clear that we've been stepping lower as well, so we've made a lower low here, made a lower low here. So prices, you can see our prices, making its way, stepping its way down into this gap, and hopefully and likely going to trade deeper into this daily fair value gap, probably to the 50% level. So yep, I'm gonna go to GBP USD right now, and this is why I'm staying away from GBP right now. So if we go to the daily, we can see what GBP did. We can see we marked out this daily fair value gap, and this was Monday's trading. We didn't even reach the daily fair value gap, which again shows a lot of strength within pound. You can see we wicked up into this range and wicked down into that range yesterday. So it's likely that price is going to want to expand in one direction, and to be honest, again, with my bias of having a higher dollar, I'd want to see price expand lower into the daily fair value gap the same way that euro has been doing. In all fairness, because of the strength that pound is showing, maybe it's better to be trading pound today, because that would mean that it's likely to have to catch up with euro and dollar. But I'm not going to get into that right now. So what am I looking for? I'd like to see these relative equal lows that have been created get swept. But again, yesterday was pretty much all consolidated, back and forth as per usual. But yeah, all I'm expecting is some kind of strong expansion to the downside, and I'd want to see these sell stops get taken here and here. So that's pretty much everything overall. If we are to leave this zone, so if we are to trade, aggressively outside of this daily fair value gap, then I no longer expect us to have higher prices, because you can see, although we wicked above it, we did trade straight back through it quite recently, actually, aggressively too. So unless price stays within this range, so if price, let me say that again, if price leaves this range, then I am expecting lower dollar, and then I'd expect euro to expand accordingly into the buy side liquidity straight away. However, again, in terms of probability and stuff, not 100% sure, but we'll see how price treats us. That's been everything, guys. This has been GBP baby, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.